Picture this. Wouldn't it be wonderful to be the ideal version of yourself? Wouldn't it be amazing to just wake up in the morning and already know that everything is done for you, that you are the greatest version of yourself right here and now? When I use power versus force, boy, I feel unstoppable. And I wanted to talk about a personal story and also give some examples and techniques, some laws that I apply to help myself feel more powerful than feel like I need to force anything to happen or to try to get anything to happen. Which, by the way, this is a manifestation channel. To anyone who is new here, hi, hello. We like to manifest in an effortless way, and in these videos I like to talk about how to do so. I think this video is going to be very helpful for anyone who is wanting to change their life, but they feel like anything that they do, it just feels like they can't get past their circumstance. I want to talk about how there are some people who can do things in an effortless way. And then there are those who really have to try hard. What's the difference? Power versus force. Let's talk about it. Okay, so what is power and what is force anyway? According to Google, we have power, and I'm using the verb term. Power is to move or travel with great speed or force. Then when we look at force, in the definition of force, is to make a way through or into by physical strength, break open by force. Okay, when you are operating from power, it's already here. You're using what you have within you. When you are operating from force, you're trying to find something. You're looking into your outward circumstances and you're trying to get something to materialize or happen for you. To clarify, you can manifest using force. We know this to be true. But when you are using power, you are quicker, faster, better, and stronger. You are your ideal self. The greatest quote that I have about power is from Abraham Hicks. They say that one who is connected to source is more powerful than millions who are not. Meaning that if you are connected to your imagination, i.e. God, your imagination is God. If you are connected to your imagination, if you are connected to source, universe, your, whatever you want to call it, when you are connected to that, you are more powerful than millions who are not, who are disconnected, or at least creating the illusion of disconnection, because you're never really disconnected. So I have dealt with this fear of being seen, and I knew this. I knew that I had this fear, and I was just suppressing it. I was acting as if it wasn't there, but it was very intense for me. I was not able to post consistently. I was not able to really show myself on a social media platform because of how I thought I was going to be perceived. Now, all of these things, all of these fears and these thoughts that I was having in my head, they were valid. I mean, it's not like it was coming from nowhere, right? You know, you hear stories and there's so much evidence that says that, yeah, it's okay to have this fear. But for me, and for how passionate I feel about this information, I knew that I wanted to be talking about this stuff. So here is what I did. I have used this scripture: be still and know that I am God. That's what I've done. I have spent night after night meditating, going into prayer, scripting out my thoughts if I need to, visualizing if I need to, being still, and knowing that I'm the operant power, I create my own reality, and there is nothing to fear. This self-concept will get you everything that you need. And if you're wondering what the 5 core limiting beliefs are, I left them in this other video that I will link above on how I've changed all my relationships with people, including a specific person. But the 5 limiting beliefs being I'm not enough, I'm not capable, I'm not worthy, I'm not loved, and I don't belong. These limiting beliefs I completely address when I'm in meditation, and they allow my vibration to rise to the state of love, which is also power. So I wanted to talk about this just a little bit more because it ties into the law of thought transmission. There is a picture that I don't even think I can put on the screen because I think YouTube will take it down, but I'll go ahead and leave it in the description box below. It's a link to a scale. This is the emotional guidance scale, and it's by David Hawkins. This scale teaches you how to see where you are in your life, or see what state of being you are operating from. And then it also shows you how your reality will tailor to you and conform to you when you are at a certain vibration. So for example, when I'm using force, I'm usually at a very survival mode state. I'm usually in the state of guilt, or I'm feeling alone, I'm feeling unworthy, I'm feeling like I'm not capable of doing things. Going back to the 5 limiting beliefs. When I switch, I be still and I know I am God. God lives in me. God is my imagination. God will never leave or forsake me. When I start implementing those ideas, then I naturally start rising in my consciousness. And when I hit that peak emotion of love, kindness, gentleness, patience, no record of wrongdoings, the list goes on. Love is described in the Bible as well. When you hit that peak of emotion, then you are able to shift your reality in a very, very fast way. I mean, I've been meditating and doing this emotional work for about 2 days now. And the fear of being seen has completely left my body, as you guys can tell, because I've been posting quite a lot, and I've actually been able to be consistent with what I love talking about. And I hope that this resonates with anyone out there. If there's something that you love doing, but you feel like there's a lot holding you back, look at what those fears are and start addressing them. Start looking at the 5 and seeing exactly what is going on, and then be willing. Only if you're willing, because some people aren't willing to change themselves. But if you're ready to change your self-concept and see who you really are, then you can use this and practice it. Quiet your mind, use your imagination, whether it's writing it down on paper, visualizing right before bed. There's lots of different things that can help you get to this state. What I've been doing is I've been meditating, and I've been allowing myself to completely rise in this state of love. And I don't have intrusive thoughts. So if you are wondering, like, how do I calm my anxiety? How do I do this, and that? When you start practicing this work, it'll be hard for those negating thoughts to even enter your mind because of the law of thought transmission. So this is my segue. The law of thought transmission is also something that Neville Goddard talks about. It is this law that what you are thinking is being transmitted to others, and you can also receive. So you can receive thoughts as well. So when you have intrusive thoughts and you're wondering where the heck that came from, it's from the law of thought transmission. You're a signal, and you can send and receive thoughts. For example, if you're having an argument with someone, you expect them to behave a certain way, and then they do. It's because you're having these conversations with people, you're assuming them to react the way that they do, and then they do. Same thing on the other hand. If you're expecting someone to be amazing and incredible, you've had lovely conversations with them in your mind, then usually that is what gets outpictured. And the more that you practice this law of thought transmission, the easier it is for people to say exactly what you're thinking, verbatim sometimes. It's all about how those inner conversations are making you feel. That state is being outpictured in your reality. So going back to the law of thought transmission and how to apply it to use it as love, as power, as God, you can start having imaginal conversations with whoever you want, whatever you want, whatever object, that home, that platform, that community that you're wanting to create, whether it's via social media or in your daily life, whatever it is, you start having conversations and inner conversations that are lovely. When they are lovely, that is power. Power equals love equals God. That power that you are using is so much more potent than trying to get something, than trying to force something. And if something does not work for you, keep practicing. If a child falls down because they're learning how to walk, you don't say, "Get up, you little dummy." You don't say stuff like that. That's also something that I got from Abraham Hicks, by the way. You don't say stuff like that. You allow the process to work. And the child isn't getting upset with themselves either. They're learning how to walk. They know that they're going to be able to do it. Same thing with your assumptions. Same thing with your manifestations. You've got this. Practice. Practice feeling it to be true. Practice feeling it to be real. Be still and know, I am God. See you guys in the next one. Bye.